Hello, welcome to This Week in Japan. I'm the Gaijin John.
I'm the Geek Tom.
And together we bring you all the local news and half-price shoes from all over the land of the rising sun. Except not with the shoes, minus the shoes.
Why would you lie to me about half-price shoes, John?
I don't know, because I did discover this week a fun fact. Did you know, listeners, that the Japanese for shoes is kutsu? Do you want to guess what the Japanese for socks is?
No, I don't.
It's kutsushita, which literally means undershoes.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, if we could get away with underpants, they can have undershoes. I'm not going to argue with that.
It's just like, are you wearing your undershoes, little Timmy? Yes, of course I am. Don't wear undershoes and sandals.
I don't know why this is where we're going to cause concern. You can have an undershirt and you can have underpants, but we draw the line at undershoes. That's just nonsense right there. That's not how this works.
It just in my brain makes me think of putting on a slightly smaller pair of shoes and then putting on shoes over that. Thomas, what does dormice, monkeys, exams, economic impact charts, and Pokemon bananas all have in common?
Sounds like the sort of thing you can only find in Japan, John.
Including being the most peculiar graffiti art I've ever seen. They're all in this week's episode. There's an intro bit I've thought up and I'm sticking with it.
This can only go well as the more we do this. We can only improve, because my god, is it terrible to start off with. It's only up from here, folks.
Let's go up to cute animals, because we've been doing this for some weeks now, and I like being happy at the beginning of this podcast. Yay!
It brings us the joy nothing else does.
So in the cute and fluffy news that Japan does so well, rare forest fairy dormouse, or yamane, was found in a food factory in western Japan. It was alive, by the way. I thought I would just, qualify that. No one opened a can and went, "Oh, that does not look like pineapple."
I mean, that is a nice bit of information. I think everyone's going to be concerned about a mouse in any form being in a food factory. But it is nice that the reason we know it's a rare mouse isn't because someone just pulled it out of a can and go, "My goodness, this is an extremely rare species. What is it doing dead in my food?"
And that was how the entire National History Museum developed.
Just someday a guy found an entire T-Rex skeleton in his sandwich and he was very confused.
The reason this is, national news, because it is, by the way.
This is national news? I thought this is the sort of thing only we would bother to talk about.
Well, yes, it is. It's national news in Japan.
Fair enough.
It is slightly endangered, mostly due to everyone cutting down its forests.
Woo, deforestation!
It's so cute. One of the reasons my eye was particularly caught by this story is it's particularly in one of my English textbooks that I used to teach Japanese kids English.
It's very important that they know the word for mouse in English, then.
It's so they know the word deforestation. I'm not lying.
Oh, that's just a little bit dystopic, isn't it? Oh, no! Oh.
Did a whole lesson on endangered animals.
Oh, my. It's just one of those things where you suddenly take a quick look at the world around you and go, wait a minute, there's something wrong with this picture right here.
Well, in a better picture, the mouse itself is about 8 centimeters long and has a big bushy tail and a little stripe on its back. It's got a little pink nose as well. It's so cute. You can find all the links to the articles in the description, by the way. And yeah, they're generally not found in places with people. However, when it's cold, they tend to hibernate in tree hollows and under fallen leaves, which guess what people end up picking up? Though apparently it was found inside a container of yuzu fruit. So maybe it just thought it died and gone to Dormouse Heaven. And so the theories are that the creature either strayed into the factory while searching for a warm place or had been escaping from a predator. Just imagining an eagle flying over it. It's like, where's it gone? Not into Pineapple Factory again. But yeah, just so you know, it's a happy ending.
Wait, I assume they just released it back into the wild for the eagle to catch?
There was no confirmed eagle. After the staff from the City Museum came to take some pictures of it, they released it in a nearby bamboo grove. But that's
Nice.
why we now have pictures of it, like next to a cardboard box. Which is a bit
Cardboard
depressing.
boxes are important for scale. You need to know how small.
You can't even see the entire cardboard box, Thomas.
I don't know. Did you expect me to actually read these articles and look at the pictures? I'm just here to, I don't know, riff off stuff that John tells me. I actually contribute nothing to this podcast.
Dormice are cute, and so are monkeys, like Thomas monkeying around. Hey. Also a monkey in Fukuoka Prefecture. Oh! Wait a second, Fukuoka's not a prefecture. Oh! It's a city.
Nailed it.
I need to check it. Yes, it is a city. Just checking. I was like, damn, what if it is a prefecture?
That's what you come to this podcast for, folks. Live fact-checking. It's still more fact-checking than most news sources will give you.
Okay, Japan has like 40-something prefectures. Not even most Japanese people know all of them. It's like, Thomas, could you name all the counties?
Oh, hell no. Clearly, this is a problem that can only be solved by coming up with an elaborate song to remember them all, which we'll come up with sometime next year, I'm sure.
Yeah, not doing it. However...
That's our Christmas special for you folks.
Oh god, no, not by Christmas. Maybe next March.
Yeah.
So, getting back to the very important news story of a monkey that has been outwitting the municipal government for 2 days.
That reads like an old-timey movie sketch. That does. Oh no, the Bobby's having trouble. Chip's escaped from the zoo and he's too smart.
Okay, so, this is thought to be a wild monkey. It was first sighted near a park at around 10:30 a.m. on December 3rd, and then ran away. And basically ran into a heavily populated area full of department stores and other buildings. And then it fled into an underground parking garage at the city hall.
That's not where you're supposed to be, little monkey. You should be going home.
It then took over 2 days and 40 employees to actually catch the thing.
I'm assuming most of them were just involved in finding the thing. I don't know exactly. It was just camping out in the car park or something?
Well, they did try multiple strategies. Think the film Mousetrap. So they had traps containing sweet potatoes. They tried to get it down with nets. Mostly nets were tried and failed.
Unfortunate, really.
Police officers were called and failed.
I don't know what you expected from the police. That's, as we've established, they are not monkey catchers.
No note on whether one of them brought a homemade ghillie suit or not.
See, the problem was they didn't hire a group of 3 grannies with airsoft rifles. They would have got that monkey down straight away.
I think that was last resort. There's a cutaway to like a mayor in his office. It's like, I think there's no use. We're gonna have to call in special forces. No! You'll never win re-election if you do that, sir! Damn it! There's no other option.
Call in the Monkey Busters.
It just shuts to black, and then there's a phone ring. And there you go. And so you don't know if they've like called the special forces or not. But then someone picks up. Sir, we got him.
Efficient storytelling right there.
Yeah, they eventually caught the monkey with a blue tarp and a net.
Oh, that's what they were missing, was a blue tarp. Now we know.
Yeah, and they plan to release it into the mountains of Fukuoka's Higashi ward, which was thought to be the monkey's habitat. I want to see this monkey come back. I want the monkey sequel.
Monkey as a recurring character, please. Follow the adventures of Lost Monkey. It's like Curious George, but Japanese instead.
Not curious at all, Tanagawa. Because if he was curious, then he'd get hammered down.
That's a deep cut right there.
I have said it before on the podcast, and I will say it again. The common Japanese phrase of the tallest nail gets hammered down.
We all know that the Japanese dub of Curious George is just people telling George not to do things and him staying at home all day.
Yep, pretty much. Isn't that Doraemon? No. Just shows how little I know about Doraemon. Which, I'm sorry, Japanese people, it's something that, like, no one else outside Japan, well, outside of East Asia, knows anything about. I go to Japan, they're like, oh, Doraemon! I'm like, I know the picture. It's a blue cat with no ears. I was like, apparently it's a robot.
That explains the lack of ears.
It's
Obviously.
up there with Ampan Man, the character who is a superhero whose head is filled with sweet bean jelly.
That would take a while to translate into a culture that doesn't have Ampan readily available. Yeah. You'd have to first explain what Ampan is before people are like, oh yeah, Ampan Man, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and also because, well, it doesn't. And then because it's a kid's show, you'd have to do that thing where you explain what Ampan is at the beginning of every episode. Hey, this is Ampan Man. This is the thing. This is the thing. This is the thing.
If I remember anything from kids' TV, is that they never bothered to explain anything. They were like, "Hey, here's a guy with an Ampan for his head." And you're like, "What's an Ampan?" And the show goes, "No time to explain. Watch the bright colours. Stop bothering your parents."
Speaking of me trying to not bother my parents, I live in Japan. Woo! And guess what? To be in Japan, you need to learn Japanese. And there is an official Japanese testo. There's an official Japanese test that I took this Sunday. I'm not just rambling. Well, I am, but slightly more on topic than usual. For anyone who in the future wants to take the JLPT, I will give you a little rundown of how it went. I did the JLPT 5, which is the easiest of them, and I still think I failed, so anyway. For those who don't know, the JLPT stands for Japanese Language Proficiency Test. It is held 2 times in Japan and 1 time a year outside of Japan in relative countries. And usually it's seen as you need JLPT 2 is kind of the level of you are proficient in Japanese enough to work in a business here. So most foreigners who want to work in Japan will aim for the JLPT 2. I'm not, because I'm incompetent. At least the JLPT 5 is made up of 3 parts, which is the language one, which is kanji and memorization, the grammar one, and the listening one. All of those are totally fine except the grammar, which can go die in a fire. Because, ladies and gents, you need to pass all 3 of these sections at 50%. So, if you get lower than 50% on one of those sections, you fail the entire exam. Because they're separate little tests, and the whole process from entering the exam room to leaving took about 4 hours.
Christ.
It was a long time. Basically, you have every single time when there's 3 sets of tests, the proctors at the front repeat all the instructions for the test, you may not do this, you may do this, you may not do that. In more complicated Japanese than the test was in. So I'm sure that's better for, the people who are the level above me. But I'm sitting there going, I'm glad I looked up what they were saying online before this, because otherwise I'd have no idea what you're saying, madam.
That seems to be a bit of an oversight right there.
Yes, including had, documents that it did not remind you needed to take, and the only reason I was reminded I needed to bring a health document was because of a meme on a Japanese meme page I follow.
Oh, that's not where you should be getting information from. Wow.
Shout out to Jet Program Memes for letting me actually take the test to begin with. Also, quite funnily, they have to check your face to see that you are the same person taking the test as on the picture. And since my picture got taken, I have quite long hair and a beard. And so I'm quite glad I have blonde hair, so I can just say, look, it's me, alright? Do you see anyone else here with blonde hair? No. There is probably less than 100 of us in the prefecture. Probably less than 50. I'm not sure. I'm quite happy on that. So just let me take and fail the test, please.
You would have had a hard time hunting down another gaijin in the country who looked similar enough to you for you to use their ID as cover. So yeah, I think you should have had an easy time.
To then go and fail the lowest level of Japanese proficiency test.
Like, kids got ambitions.
You go to a hotel, and usually it's like this floor or this floor. There are some places where it was in like a semi-office / rented space. And they did some things to try and make it better due to, by the way, there's still a pandemic on. Japan hasn't really noticed. Well, they have. The Prime Minister has decided to ignore it. He didn't do any kind of announcements or things in the last month, despite the fact Japan is getting a third wave as bad as everyone else. Regardless, it's fine. If you're worrying about taking it, you can sign up about 2 or 3 months beforehand, is the main section. Check their website. But no, it's not super stressful. They are quite lenient when it comes to, maybe you don't have a pen, everything has to be done in pencil. So they'll give you a pencil if you didn't bring one and stuff. They're nice people. Remember to bring a watch, because there's no clock in the room, and they don't provide a clock. So it's dumb. It's Japan. Cue fax machine sounds. As you can tell, this was only yesterday. I'm still flipping tired. So who's gonna save me? Except go! Pikachu!
Pika pika.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. Bam, bam.
Thunderbolt my sadness away.
Well, that's what I hope. For those who don't know, there is a very popular souvenir in Japan called Tokyo Banana.
Good branding.
Well, it is banana flavoured. It is not actually a banana. It is like... It's like a banana Twinkie, almost, with like a banana, like, syrup in it. Like, it's not a cream. It's more glutinous than a cream. It has a banana filling. There you go. It has a banana filling. Banana flavoured
But not
filling.
actual banana on the inside. It just tastes like banana.
I doubt it. I inherently doubt it. However, what the big news is at the moment is that they've teamed up with Pokemon, because why not? So now you can get Tokyo Banana Pokemon. Yeah, well, Pikachu ones.
Oh, what other Pokemon are you going to eat, really?
There are 6 different kinds of Pikachu.
Really?
You can get 6 different Pikachus to eat. However, and in each packet you get 2. However, I got 2 of the same. Pikachu hates me.
So you got 2 little wavy Pikachus. When you say different types of Pikachu, you just mean Pikachu emoting in different ways. You don't have like a dark Pikachu.
No, so there's a waving Pikachu. There's like a singing Pikachu.
Cowboy Pikachu.
Pikachu that just ate something delicious. A winking Pikachu, also known as sexy Pikachu.
Yes.
A kind of
Pika
default,
Pika.
A default Pikachu, and one of them is just the back of Pikachu. So you don't even get his face, you just get his tail.
That's what Pika Pika's all about, is the Pika tail.
And you can find these things at 7-Eleven. They are limited time only. The flavour is not going to be any different than a normal Tokyo banana. But if you want to try it, there is a permanent Tokyo banana store. And so it is just right next to one of the Tokyo Shinkansen stations. So it's inside the ticket gate. So you don't even need to go to Tokyo.
That's probably for the best.
In these places, you can buy like a box of them to then give as a gift. And so I will say really expensive still, because the box, which contains about 8 of them, is about 1,200 yen. And my little bag of 2 of them cost about 300 yen. So they're still about the same price. That's about $3 for 2 Twinkies with Pikachu on them.
I don't know what the going rate for a Twinkie is, so I don't know if that's a good deal or not. Americans, let me know.
Tell us in the comments.
What's a good price for a Twinkie?
Yeah, these don't even last that long, so you can't like be a Pokemon collector and hoard them.
I mean, they're not really a Twinkie if they have an expiration date, are they?
These go out of date in like 10 days. I will say, he is very cute.
I mean, it's Pikachu. It's a license to print money. Because he's just so adorable.
They do actually have, like, his cheeks are actually coloured. And you can see pictures of me with my Pikachu banana on the Gaijin John Instagram. I finally uploaded all of the pictures at once. Because I know that's how you enjoy looking at things. I'll try and do it differently this time. But yeah. Oh. Well, I need to open it first. Ooh, that smells of banana. Now, I will say, I have never eaten an official Tokyo banana before. I've eaten an unofficial Tokyo banana, and it was a banana-flavoured cake.
A Toki faux banana.
Ooh. But yeah, here...
Come on, I thought that was good. Shut up.
It smells vaguely of banana, as a banana-y cake would. I won't bite his head off. I feel like that'd be mean. Itadakimasu.
I don't know why you thought eating the other half of the body than the head would be any more merciful. I mean, you're basically beheading him either way.
Now it just looks slightly shocked that I've eaten half his body.
That's what that meme was about.
I will say I'm not the biggest fan.
Pikachu's innards not please you, John? Are they not appetizing?
It's not even like strongly banana flavoured. It's like...
Just look like custard to me.
It kind of is, but it has a kind of not pleasant artificial aftertaste. It has that flavour that all artificial banana things does, but it's not like anything different. I can't understand why this is so popular. I really can't. If you're buying your loved ones any souvenir when you come to Japan, don't buy Tokyo banana. It's pointless.
It won't even be Pikachu looking.
I know. Probably. Well, there might still be the Pikachu stall when you get here, but who knows? They are planning on doing a second crossover next year. However, if you are in Japan right now and you do want one, you can buy them at all 7-Elevens. That's the deal that has been brokered.
The contract is sealed.
But no, it's generally a cakey banana thing. But yeah, I don't know. I give that a generation 5 out of 10. I'm sorry. I give that a generation 6 out of 10.
Make of that what you will.
It was the first one in 3D. It was X and Y. It was kind of shit.
Suck it, kids. Your favourite generation sucks.
Okay, what kids... Okay, I will say, what kids' favourite generation was X and Y? Like,
probably
seriously.
The kids who started playing Pokemon with X and Y, John. It's not particularly hard.
Yeah, but like a year later, there was Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and then Pokemon Sun, and then Pokemon Moon. Like, come on. Come on.
Says the guy whose favourite Pokemon is Trapias. The most popular of Pokemon.
I will know, when you Google Pokemon Banana. It is it is the only Pokemon that comes up because he is the Pokemon that grows bananas from his neck.
Clearly, this whole Tokyo Banana situation has failed because I went with Pikachu instead of the obvious choice, which was Tropius. If they'd had Tropius, it would have been perfect, and John couldn't have complained.
I love Tropius. There's no merch of my Leaf Dinosaur Boy. I want merch, but there is none. Thomas is laughing, I'm just sad. From one multi-billion-dollar company to the next one, it's Demon Slayer and you are footable.
You thought we'd done with Demon Slayer, folks. Ha! You thought wrong.
It's never done.
How could you? You fools! There will never not be Demon Slayer on this podcast. It is eternal.
I will say it's mostly because of the people I work with. And if you want to blame anyone for the amount we talk about Demon Slayer on this Japan-focused podcast, blame the Japanese.
That age-old tactic.
I'll never forgive the Japanese!
It's either the Dutch.
And the big thing that happened recently was the last Takabon, or volume, of Demon Slayer finally came out. So, Demon Slayer, if you don't know, did actually end. It ended around March or May this year.
It's finally over, guys. We can go home.
Well...
There's a but.
That was the end of the weekly releases, and this is just all the final stories in one book. So people have already read everything that's in this one, but it's still people are rushing and fighting and biting to get them off the shelves after each other.
Is it like a Deathly Hallows all over again?
Not so much, because you can't really spoil it, because people already know what happened.
Fair enough. Nothing will ever be like that again. That was a weird moment.
This comes on top of news that Demon Slayer's estimated economic impact is 270 billion yen. That's about $3 billion.
Japan has fully immersed itself in a Demon Slayer-based economy.
So the article breaks it down that there's 85 billion in book sales, 50 billion in sales related to the movie, and 130 billion in sales of related goods. And I'm pretty sure I'm a good 90 billion of those related goods. That's on me. To put this in perspective with other Japanese monoliths, like Kumamon from Kumamoto Prefecture, who sells pens and tomatoes and everything, has an estimated 133 billion yen of economic impact over 2 years. So, it's a double Kumamon.
Demon Slayer is more important than basic supplies and groceries, folks. You heard it here first.
To put that in perspective, if you take that as like the brand's revenue, as like the value of money incoming into the brand, that is the equivalent to half the brand revenue of Cartier. So who would win? One of the oldest jewellery companies in the world, or one demon-slaying boy? It's a Demon Slayer-based economy now, kids. It's taking over all our money and our lives, and more importantly, our children.
Oh God, someone, please think of the children.
Well, someone has, and that turns out to be the Demon Slayer authors, because Thomas...
What?
Well, there's been another survey recently, this time surveying the children of Japan, asking Japanese elementary schoolers, who do they respect most and why? And I will say, Thomas, do you want to guess how many out of the top 10 are characters from Demon Slayer? This is of any person or character or anything that they respect at all.
I'm gonna guess 12 of the top 10 are Demon Slayer characters, John.
You're close. It's 7.
The top, the 7 main characters of Demon Slayer. Yeah, that makes sense.
So 10 to 6 are all Demon Slayer characters, which includes like Zenitsu, Nezuko.
Oof. Why is Zenitsu an aspirational figure? Oof. Oh.
He's number 9. I don't know.
Oh, no. Why, though?
Well, it's who they respect. It's who they respect.
No one respects Zenitsu. No one in the anime respects Zenitsu. Zenitsu doesn't respect Zenitsu. Jesus Christ. Oh dear.
And the 3 Hashira that are there are Gyu Tomioka, Koijudu Vengoku, who is the Flame Hashira, and Muchiero Tokito. I don't know who that one is.
That's the pink one, isn't it? I don't know. I don't recognise names.
No, that is the Mist Hashira. That's the one that doesn't care about anything.
Oh, the spacey one.
Spacey one. He's number 10, apparently. Who knew?
Okay, these kids are onto something.
At number 5, our first non-Demon Slayer character.
Oh, thank God.
Is Dad. So, Dad, well done. You're at number 5 of the most respected people in Japanese elementary schools.
You're better than a demon baby in a box and a literal pervert. Thank God.
Number 4, we have teachers.
Teachers better than dads, confirmed. Look at that drama.
Can confirm. Number 3, back to Demon Slayer.
I don't think you're allowed to say that teachers are better than dad. I think you might be biased there, John.
What?
I don't think assistant language teachers are anywhere on this list, are they, John?
I count as a teacher. I sit in the teacher's room.
Okay, all right. You can take your little victories where you want, John. I'll let you have this.
I don't go to the teachers' meetings, but that's because I can't understand them.
Maybe if you did better in your Japanese exams, you would, John.
At number 3... it's Shinobu Kocho, the butterfly Hashira. Kids said that she is always smiling and kind.
I did wonder how much of this was going to be surface level, because they're just kids. Like,
Yeah.
let's be real. They're just kids. I still don't get Zenitsu. He's deliberately played to be pathetic. I didn't think the kids had any more depth than that. But I could get why they're like, look at big sis, butterfly girl. Yeah.
I will say, maybe you were thinking these like students were about like 6 or 7. These are 8 to 12-year-olds.
Don't really see much difference. 12-year-olds are still dumbasses. I mean, I'm 23 and I'm still a dumbass, so, like...
And number 2, the big upset. Number 2 is Mum. Yes, second place for the person Japanese kids respect the most. Reasons include, she is kind, she works hard for the family, she can do anything, and she does a bunch of stuff for me.
My mother is beneficial to my survival and does various tasks for my benefit. Therefore, I will give her second place.
And so, who do you think that all Japanese students...
Inosuke. Obviously it's Inosuke, John. Obviously it's the pig boy. Like, come on. Obviously everyone loves the pig boy, John.
The thing is, Inosuke would be extremely upset at this result, saying that he must overcome and become number 1. It's Tanjiro. It's obviously Tanjiro.
Well, obviously first Inosuke has to find and defeat Mum before he can get to Tanjiro. That's how the system works.
That's how the tournament arcs work.
I think that might be his character arc, actually.
This has some really cute things. That he's kind to everyone. He loves his family. He works hard and he never gives up. And one also commented, "Whenever I think about Tanjiro, I want to do my best too, because I don't want my family to all die." I don't understand.
We all know the struggles of having to murder a bunch of demons in order to acquire their blood to fix our demon younger sister, John. It's just, one of those things you go through as you get older. It's part of the classic coming-of-age story, John. Really.
Japanese Twitter was kind of hilarious in its response to this, including, "I feel kind of bad for dads." Though this is dads in Japan, though. I think these children might have met them maybe thrice.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Demon Slayer's fault that your dad's stuck at work all the time.
Other ones were more praising, saying the fact that Mom is holding her own against Kimetsu no Yaiba is pretty impressive.
You have no family now. You have Demon Slayer. Tanjiro is your mum now.
And others just noted, there are no celebrities or athletes. And also no YouTubers. How would you like the society to start degenerating? Everyone wants to be anime boys, or everyone wants to be YouTubers?
You know what? I think we can find a middle ground here. Everyone wants to be anime VTubers. I think that's the future we're heading for anyway. So, you know what? To be fair, I think there's worse role models than for everyone to want to be more like Tanjiro. I think that's Japan's managed to hit a good mark with that one.
Yeah.
I think the system seems a little biased. I mean, like you said, the cultural impact of Demon Slayer is massive, but it's weird that the list only includes real people and Demon Slayer characters. I feel like there's some room in there for something else.
Thomas, you're implying there that teachers are real people.
John's actually an anime boy, just so you know. That's why he never shows his face.
I'm actually a Demon Slayer character. If you just need to look very far at the background. I'm actually Zenitsu's stunt double.
I would believe it.
Only for the sleeping scenes, though. Only for those.
He'll go to sleep in some very dangerous places, that boy. Like, I know. I've seen him unconscious at tops of trees and stuff.
What can I say? It pays the bills. On that note, I think that's all for this week. Thank you for listening to whatever this was.
This was This Week in Japan, John, the Geeks and Gaijins podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Like us on the Facebook and the Twitters that we have for some reason, and follow us on whatever site you're listening to. We are on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify. You probably know this already because you're listening on at least one of them. There's various other aggregate sites our podcast pops up on occasionally. You can go there as well, I guess, if you are so inclined.
Can confirm we are now available on Audible as well on Amazon Music.
Damn, son!
Yep. I found that by accident whilst Googling. I was like, wait a second, you can listen to us on Audible?
Now we just got to get the sponsorships in. Get some of that sweet, sweet Jeff Bezos money. He doesn't need it. We do.
But yeah, if you do want to help us, please leave a review on iTunes. Just rate the podcast 5 out of 20 stars. No, wait, that's bad. Rate it 20 out of 5 stars. There we go.
Rate us based on your favourite Pokemon generation. Wait, hold on. This is probably going to go terribly for us.
Yeah.
Rate us 7 out of 5, please.
7 out of 5. Can confirm. I'm the Gaijin John on Twitter and Instagram. You can also always email us at geeksandgaijins@gmail.com. We occasionally stream. We haven't in a while just because life is hard. Hopefully we will in the future, but also I don't know whether we can really just face up to the fact that Terry Crews was streaming Danganronpa. I'm pretty sure he's been watching us. He's there teaming up with Shinzo Abe. He's trying to take us down.
He just got so fed up with us not streaming for several months, and he needed his Danganronpa fix, so he decided he'd do it himself and show us up. And now we're never going to be able to compete with Terry Crews. So,
Don't worry.
Just gonna have to pack it up, guys. We're done. Sorry.
No, we'll finish it soon. Don't worry, guys. Don't listen to Thomas. Don't
finish it. We're like halfway through. That thing's gonna take us forever.
Hey, we're halfway through the third game.
That means we've got another 40 hours ahead of us.
Good point. Bye, everyone.
Peace.
See you next week in Japan.
Line.